All right, so welcome back to Multifamily Live. I am your host, Jason Yarusi. Go down there, hit that like and subscribe button. We'd love to have you following with all this great content we have here talking about multifamily assets, how to invest, how to put your best foot forward from finding deals to underwriting deals to making offers, raising capital, getting deals closed and taking them and making them the best properties they can be. Well, today with that narrative, we are talking about raising money, not just a little bit, millions upon millions of dollars. How can you go out there and effectively raise money? Well, here are a few steps that we use in our core everyday process. Now, if you're just starting out or you're just getting yourself out of the gate on a few transactions, the first part of it is, how are people finding you? How are people knowing who you are? How are you getting out there to brand yourself, to allow people to come into your ecosystem, to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, why they should be involved, why this could be a great thing for them? What are you doing to set that tone? So as they come to you, they can be warm conversations. And that can be as anything as you are coming from a different space, whether you're coming from the construction field or working in restaurants or out there doing different kind of real estate. Do they know you? Do they know your approach? Do they know you're in this space? You have to set the narrative to allow people to know you. And you could do that with emails out to all your friends and your family, Facebook posts talking about what you're doing and why you're doing it, writing LinkedIn posts, talking about the nature of multifamily, why it's a great asset class, YouTube videos or podcasts just like this here, where you're talking about multifamily real estate, what this space is, why it's a great space for you, why it's a great space for your investors. But you do need people to know you. There is that connotation that if you find a great deal, you will find the money. Sure, that could be possible. But when you find that great deal, now you're under pressure to go get that money. So you have to put a lot of pressure on the people you need the money from. Instead of helping, you come from a place of needing. So the best foot forward you can do is start talking about multifamily space and how you are getting involved and why you are so excited about this space from the day on. So they need to like you after they know you. And that really is going to be coming down to some will, some won't. But understanding how you can help them, putting that question on them. How can you be of value to them? Because for everyone, you may not benefit from. They may not benefit from you. But to have a great ecosystem of investors, you have to give them the options to allow them to understand how this could benefit from. Now, you could get cash flow, appreciation, depreciation, debt pay down, tax advantages, all these benefits of real estate investing that could be good for the investor. But it might not be. It might not be the right time. They might be not set up. They might be not financially prepared. They may just not like you. They may not want to invest in some of the markets, but they do need to like you. And the goal about knowing who you are when they're coming into that conversation with you to learn about how this could help them is that when they come to you for the first time, whether they're hearing you on a podcast or hearing you just on Facebook or some of the newsletters you've put out, they heard the tone of how you're expressing yourself. Well, when they come in that conversation, even if you have never talked to them before, it becomes a warm conversation for them because they've heard you and now they're speaking to you for that first time face to face or on the phone or over Zoom. However, they've already heard you. So allowing that opportunity to be put in front of people, be in front of people. So when you do come in that conversation, it's a warm conversation that will help you continue to raise large amounts of capital. So the next foot forward for you is, can they now be part of your ecosystem, right? Do they trust you to be able to go out there and do what you say you're going to do? And that's going to go on your track record. It might not be that you have done great things in the multifamily space, but what have you done before this? What have you done in other work environments? What have you done in other spaces where you have said you were going to show up and you have? And you've exceeded in those spaces. Can you do that consistently? Can you do that for them? Well, that's going to come down to what you've done in the past. So talking about your track record, whether it be in what you're currently doing in multifamily or what you've done in the past, that's going to be the trust built between you and them. And then the next piece of that puzzle, of course, now comes down to your ability to do what you're going to say you're going to do. We've had deals here where we get into the deals and we've done such a great job. We're very consistent with our investors that they refer us to. I had one friend who invested and now his brother invested, another brother invested, an uncle invested, a cousin invested. It just keeps going and going. So can you now help others show proof case of what you're doing and allow others to come into your ecosystem? So take actionable steps to put yourself out there, have warm conversations, get them in there, and then show up and do what you say you're going to do. And communicate well. That's a very big piece of the puzzle. Every month we send out newsletters, and every month we send out email updates to all our investors. Do you think that carries through? Yes, it does, because it becomes the consistency. It comes the track record. It comes with the purpose of showing up and doing what we say we're going to do. Now, these all sound very simple to do, right? Get out there, talk about what you're doing, talk about how you can show up and be better and be your best for others and help them. Well, that is very easy to do, but most don't. So if you are just going to do these small things here, you will stand out and you will be able to raise millions upon millions of dollars. All right, so of course, go down there, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that follow button, come back for more great multifamily action. We love talking to you. We love hearing about you. Go over to 7-Figure Multifamily. You can learn more about us. We, of course, have a great event coming up June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Multifamily Live down there in Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to be fantastic at the Opryland Hotel. If you have not been there, it's like this magical little universe inside of its own hotel where we're going to be rocking and rolling with a magical event there, talking all things multifamily. All right, talk to you shortly.